So going about the plots. Let's break it down.
All right. I want to start with the kids because that's what the film started with.
Right.
The film said, here's what happened at the top. And then they had a children's. And then Sigourney's avatar, even though she's asleep with Awa, somehow she got pregnant. We don't know.
Yeah.
Her avatar
got pregnant.
Yeah. And when nobody knocking boots.
Yeah.
Questions.
Don't know.
James said, we'll unpack later.
Right.
So now she had a child, Kiri. Then they had 2 more. So now they got kids and we've shown them the way and boom, boom, boom. So now everybody's old. All right. So everybody's old. They have to move. I don't want to move.
It's crazy. As long as that movie was, they got over that shit quick. He was like, yes, we had a child. And another. And now they grown and here we are.
You had the one scene of him with his oldest son at the pond.
Shooting the fish.
Yeah. He was like, it's like this, Dad? He's like, yeah. It was like, proud dad moment.
Yeah.
As with all fathers and their sons when he does something spectacular.
Yeah.
Right? So, fast forward, Loak seems, which is the youngest son, always seems to, he has his dad's blood. I think I can do it. Let's go down and help. I want to get involved.
Straight middle child syndrome.
Middle child syndrome.
Where he's just like making himself out of place just by telling himself he's out of place, even though he's not out of place.
Yeah, but I mean, I think mistakes are the best teacher.
Well, he learned a lot.
If you learn from it, mistakes are the best teacher.
I'm not even touch that.
We just gonna go against the grain.
Yeah.
So
I did.
So he's become the outcast. He's accepted it. He's like, well, I'm gonna keep bumping my head and figuring things out because I'm already in this light, so it doesn't bother me.
It bothers him.
It does, but did he stop?
That's what I'm saying. So experience is not a good teacher.
If you learn from it, it is.
He didn't learn shit from none of the shit he did.
Well, he has to mature from it, and by the end of the movie, there was a step for him to mature from. It's different where
he'll mature in another movie, not in this one.
This was.
You don't think he learned anything by the end?
Well, no.
This was self-explanatory.
I saw the movie in 3D.
This is three-dimensional, no lessons learned.
This is self-explanatory for him, young Lord. Self-explanatory for young Lord. Kiri, on the other hand, very quiet and inquisitive like her mother, Sigourney Weaver's character from the first one. She had questions. Obviously, there's this love she has for Spider, and Spider feels some type of way for her as well. We got Jake vibes from the first one with
the two, right?
Zoe's character, yeah. However you pronounce it. It's a lot of men and Tyrese and carrying ons. So, Natiri, is that correct?
Yeah, Natiri.
Natiri. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that little human Navi connection I thought was interesting, and the fact that the kids were speculating on who her father was. She didn't like the jokes,
right?
But she felt very connected to Awa. If we recall in the first one,
the most connected.
The most connected. You're absolutely right. If we recall in the first one, how they connected Jake to his avatar, and it moved him over permanently. They tried to do the same for Sigourney, but it didn't happen.
Because she was already injured. She was gonna die.
I didn't understand that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
All right, we're going to talk about it. So, I think, you know what, I'm not even going to say that. I'm really curious what her character does. When she fell asleep in the grass and the grass was breathing with her, the fact that when she connects to Awa, she sees Sigourney. When she asks questions, now all of a sudden, like, who is my dad? And it went all weird on her. Yeah. And she had a seizure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know the answer to that question myself.
Because the way they explained it, I was just like, science, and this ain't science.
This ain't science, and I'm getting
what you
I'm getting the Anakin vibes from her.
Right, like y'all trying to science this, and this ain't a science.
This ain't. It's not. I'm getting look. Real talk. I'm getting the Anakin vibes from her. The fact that the queen of the Metcaina tribe,
Ronell.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was watching how Kiri interacted with the fish and everything. She was like, there's something about that one. We can't even do that, and she's doing that.
Yeah.
Like there's some stuff going on.
Bro,
The fact that she sent fish and things and techniques, like what is?
Yeah.
Even when they just put her in the water and the fish pulled up,
Hey,
me. Like
She got the breathing down immediately.
Immediately.
She was like, I don't even breathe, I'm good.
Yeah, no,
Stay
she
afloat.
literally was like, I swim. What? I'm just in the water, just doing stuff.
Holding her breath.
Y'all doing good? I'm having fun.
I think she
her
was
breath.
breathing underwater.
Why do you think that?
Bro, when her initial plunge into the water, she got in the water and sat and smiled and looked up.
Yeah.
She wasn't even, it wasn't a conscious effort to like, none of that. She got in the water and was
She was
like,
chilling like Sam.
I think she got the breathing down, like, quickly. And I think what we're both all saying the same thing is like,
but she
there's
she-
something,
she
the
got it
story is
because-
telling us that she is special.
The planet told her what to do to adapt.
oh yeah.
She adapts quicker than anybody
Right.
because she listens.
She,
Right.
she could feel it.
She feels it.
Yeah, she said it.
She feels it. Now, whatever's going on with her, I think there's a touch of that happening with Loak. I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. There's a touch because they're not normal.
Oh, because they're half?
They're half. But we got to also understand that their dad went through what makes up Awa
Look,
into his avatar. Whereas all the other ones that are born on that planet are born naturally.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go through that.
With
They
the-
just connect.
With the 3 fingers.
real quick, I'm gonna get my R. Kelly on. All right. So when you said Loak, it triggered me. How old is this badass water chick?
The queen? You talking about the queen?
No,
The daughter?
the daughter.
Mm.
Cause
She's like a teenager.
She's the same age as the kids.
me and the young boy, like when she came out the water, I was
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh, you talking about the king's daughter
Yeah.
what? I was
Yeah.
like, what is 3D is?
to Syria.
Yeah.
To Syria, how you say her name?
This 3D is something else. Man. You sure these are
Bro, that was a cornrows talking to
We
you.
was like, okay, all right, mother. Like these kids is black. You saw the young boy with the high top. I mean, he got a high top fade. My man rocking dreadlocks. These are black kids.
I know.
They was like, "What you doing on this side of town? Y'all don't know to come here and fool with us. We the water people." Yeah.
Was it giving you?
Yeah.
Was it giving you House of Dragon vibes?
It was-
with all the black dudes with the detective hairstyles.
Exactly. It was giving me Midwest came down to Georgia. Georgia's like, you know where you at? This College Park, you know.
Right.
You know
I'm
where you
like,
at?
right, this is Southside.
You're not gonna take it easy on you.
I'm like, East Atlanta Center over there. Nah, cause she went and talked to the little sister, and that's when it really got a good look. And the brother was like, "Yeah, that's my little sister." You know what I'm saying?
Holla at your boy.
You know, we package deal. Nah, those kids, and that's when the kids' journey and the kids' subplot really took off. Because after that, it was really just like Jake telling
Them to stay out of trouble.
I was gonna say, what's the wife's name?
The titty.
He was just telling the titty like, "Yo, I have to do this. Like, chill the fuck out. We gotta be in Wisconsin. It's gonna be cool."
I gotta do witness protection.
Like that was his plot for a while.
Well, yeah, because
Where
he
the
didn't
kids
want
was
to. He didn't want to put a target on the rest of the
Yeah.
people in the forest.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, they're looking for me, so if we leave, we're good."
And then I'm gonna get over here and I'm sit down, shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Which, I mean, again, the simplicity of the plot is appreciated because it allows you to really just focus
Right.
You can focus on the subplots.
On the mini subplots.
On the subplots, yeah.
The mini subplots that are unfolding while you're like, wow, look at this water. Yeah.
No, okay. Are we finna start dinging and docking this movie?
Not yet, because
Okay.
there's one big one that we're missing. That it ties to Kiri, right? So at the end of the first one, the humans come and destroy Home Tree, right? There was enough there for them to do the transfer, but pretty much that main tree was gone. But then you still have Awa in the water, which leads me, or gives me the understanding that this planet is on the verge of like Ego, a living planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's very much alive.
Everything's connected,
Right.
and it's speaking to this girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
It's giving me all of that, and I'm really looking forward to at what point is the planet going to defend itself?
well, I think if the people fell it, then it'll defend itself.
I think that's coming.
So, was I the only one at the end of the second movie who was like, so the third movie was going to be desert, right?
That was one of the tribes we saw. It was the water tribe. It was the air tribe, which is the air people, which was the main one from the first one. It was the desert tribe. There was another one though. It wasn't just three.
Let's go over the elements. We got earth, wind,
wind,
fire, water.
Is there a fire tribe?
I mean, I guess it could be, but that's not a movie, is it? They live in a volcano or some shit? Like,
Some volcano, more rocks.
I don't think
But
so.
I mean, again, like to see the set or the screenplay of it, and you got rocks and trees just floating in the air. That's still not normal. It looks amazing when you see it.
Oh, yeah.
And then like this cave situation. This is our holy ground, even for the rock people. I mean, the water tribe. They had a holy ground as well. These eclipses that happen, and certain things and certain powers happening. It was a lot. It's great. And I'm like, I want to see more. Play.
I want to see.
And so, I said the term placeholder earlier. I didn't mean it as a negative connotation. I meant it as it's a great setup for 3, 4, and 5.
You meant a setup movie.
But it's still
That's what I said. I was like, it's a transitional movie.
but it's still enough there to make you. If you didn't see part 1, you could watch it, but it makes you want to go back and watch part 1 so you can be prepared for
It's
what's
a
to come.
transitional movie to get you from where they were in the jungle with Home Tree to the rest of the world. Because like you say, it's a whole planet.
It's a whole planet.
The system of this planet has yet to be shown in its entirety. And every time they go somewhere new, they learn new things about themselves. There's things that they have to learn to do. He had like Jake had to learn how to breathe that long underwater from his kids. So his kids are going to, when they get older, they're going to be stronger than him because they're going to be adapted to multiple places on this planet.
Now, in the situation where he needed to breathe, the nigga had just fought for his life.
He did.
Are you? I mean, but this is.
But you never saw him go through the training that the kids went through.
He never really learned it.
He
winged it. He winged it for sure.
Yeah. He was like, I'll just let me get my mount down. Let me get that part down. We're about to breathing later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he showed like when they transitioned from in the water and came back out, he had that like he hopped back up on that boat.
But not just him, Natiri too. Because
Terry never did it.
She never did it either because when she was trapped underneath, Kiri had to go get the little oxygen backpack manta ray, right? Because Took could breathe underwater. Natiri couldn't. Here, Mom, you take this because you.
Well, they're not breathing. Let me be clear.
They're getting
breathing.
oxygen from it.
No.
With the backpack, they go.
The backpack.
With the backpack,
is in
yes.
oxygen.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
See, I'm talking about. So she couldn't because she didn't go through the training like the kid.
She didn't lower her heart rate.
Took was good, and Kiri's Anakin.
Natiri kind of fell back.
She was like, I don't want to be here.
Like,
whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? We still haven't talked about the fact that she really don't care for Spider. She doesn't like humans. It's not about who he is. It's the fact that he's human is what she doesn't like.
You think that's what it is?
I know that's what it is. She cut dude. She didn't even apologize to him at the end when he walked up. Everybody was like, she was like, yeah, whatever. My son dead. So
Yeah.
she doesn't even acknowledge it in the movie at all. At one point,
She didn't acknowledge it.
At what point
She did not
do you
acknowledge
see
it.
her talk to him?
I'm trying to think.
She was arguing with Jake about it.
She
Jake
did
was
not
like, he's one of
acknowledge-
us. She was like, still nah.
She did not acknowledge him.
Nah.
Okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, no. That's why she said, I will kill him. A son for a son. I will off this boy.
I was wondering was she bluffing or not. I was
When he saw that blood, Junebug was like, all right, you serious? I don't want no smoke.
You thought she was bluffing? Did you see how surgical she was with this bow?
exactly.
Nah, she flipped that knife around. It was
She was already.
She didn't cut to kill. That's why I was like,
she,
was she bluffing?
She was Abraham, and God didn't ask her to kill
Bro,
us.
she was already on one.
She was on some Abraham.
She was already.
She had
on
Abraham
one.
energy, bro. She was finna be obedient.
That's Isaac, right?
So then,
Right.
spoilers. She loses a son,
Oh, bro.
and then what did Jake do?
What?
Jake said, "I need you to be strong," and she went from that.
Strong heart.
She went from that
Gotta say, man,
ugly
feels.
cry. Oh, that was an ugly.
straight anger, bro.
Oh, that ugly cry to. Man,
Murder.
she sucked that shit up, and
Murder.
she was like,
Murder face.
Like what parent is gonna be okay with a child dying?
But it was in the midst of like, if you don't be strong now, I mean, we all
We're
gonna
losing
die.
everybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them and us, we all finna die.
They got
If
our
you don't
roles.
be
We gotta
strong.
focus.
Yeah,
She was like, I get to kill him twice.
bro.
I get to kill him twice. That's the only thing I know.
She was so good with that bow.
What you think's gonna happen when she find out Spider saved her?
How will she find out?
She ain't gonna find out.
How will she find out?
She's not gonna.
She'll find out that.
She'll find out he's still
what's his
alive.
name? Miles still alive. She's never gonna figure out how it happened.
Yeah.
But here's what
Jake
I
sent
think.
him to the bottom of the ocean.
But
Here's
Jake
what I
didn't-
think.
but
Jake's
Jake-
gonna ask.
But Jake didn't kill him. Jake just
Jake choked him out, bro.
he choked him out and let
Right.
him go. So choking somebody out,
That's not definitive.
you don't know.
Who's sinking at the bottom of the water unconscious? You finna drown.
You don't know
That's
the
not
avatar.
definitive. You don't know the Avatar breathe life.
The avatar,
You right?
Yeah.
like life.
And we just talked about how Jake didn't learn it till after the fact. He didn't know the breath work till after the fact.
You
know
want to
what
say
I'm saying?
Miles did.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, Miles didn't know shit. Fucking Spider knew it,
Spider had a breathing apparatus.
and he put it on Miles' avatar, and he instantly started breathing.
Did.
He
Sure did.
and they alluded to it earlier because he was like, I think it sucks that I can only breathe in y'all air for a few seconds, and y'all can breathe and hold y'all breath for over 30 minutes. They can hold their breath for over 30 minutes. He said it.
It's crazy.
I missed that line. It was 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Spider said it.
Okay.
He said it. It was at the top. It was at the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was when they went to go visit the little human
Yeah,
joint.
and they was making fun of him,
And
and
they
they was
didn't
like-
have no mask on. He was like, that's horrible.
I remember
Because he
that.
was sitting on the little.
I remember that.
Yeah. So-
Okay.
Because he was like, I think I'm faster when I paint myself blue. And they was like, yeah,
They're like, whatever.
yeah, you're faster when you're blue.
Yo, the first movie was about unobtainium. This movie was about the brain juice. I don't know the name of it.
He said the brain.
The brain juice.
Here's why I always say that unlike other movies, the plot doesn't drive the movie. Because only in Avatar.
If I said, you know what, man, I don't even trust you.
No, you're good. You're good.
You've been banging on this table like crazy.
No,
You're
I,
funny.
I have not been banging on.
You're
You've
funny.
been banging on the table more than me.
You're funny.
Put your drink
I
right there.
was
son.
actually making fun of you when I did it too.
Put your drink right there, son. Like you're
I'm-
drinking it anyway.
Oh, say it's drinking me. Like we have to eat after this.
We get burgers.
we have to eat after this.
We're getting burgers. Don't you fucking worry.
I'm coming to a blackout near you.
Oh man.
Brain juice.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. This plot is blamed. In this movie, it's literally some whale brain juice that stops human aging.
I wonder if they
Entirely.
knew that. I wonder if they knew that prior to them leaving.
Who knew that?
The Sky people. Cause they was gone.
I'm gonna say yeah.
They was gone a while.
I'm gonna say yeah, and here's why.
Okay.
Because in the plot, we learn that they return because they're like, yo, Earth's fucked. We're done. We need to terraform Pandora for us. It has to happen. So let's get this insurgency down.
Let's not even get it down. Let's kill
Because even
people
the way
that's here.
Let's do whatever.
Because the way they spun the block,
Because I want to get mine, fuck yours. All right?
That's awful.
the way they spun the block, the way the ships landed and
Burn
burned everything.
We don't care what's going on down here.
Like,
we here now. We here now.
We will start over. It don't matter what's there already.
Don't matter what that was.
We're putting pavement there anyway. All right?
Somebody talking about we brought our own dirt. Don't worry about it.
Bruh.
Doesn't matter.
It's like, here's where the city's going anyway. Don't worry about it. We're burning everything. All right?
This is site one.
So my
Slap.
theory is that they didn't need the immortality stuff because they were like, we're still trying to make Earth work with unobtainium. But something happened on Earth to where now it's just uninhabitable after a certain amount of time.
Because essentially they're gone with 15 so years.
However long it takes for the kids to grow up, so we can say that.
Yeah.
So 15 years.
Yeah.
But we have to understand if we piggyback from the first one, corporations run everything. They run the military. They run, they're paying for everything. People at the top don't want to let go, right? If we're being 100% honest. And what's to lead us to believe that mentality from our race has changed from now to whatever this is?
Mm-hmm.
So if we go off of the mindset of the first guy, dude was on 10, whatever his name was. From
Miles?
the first one. No, the
the other
corporate
guy.
dude. The corporate
Yeah.
dude was like, I don't care what. Like he was talking to everybody reckless. He was probably all of 5'3" and didn't lift
actor.
a weight. And it's
Very
like,
actor.
but when it was all said and done, I will body you. I will pay 3 cats stronger than you to kill you. I'll tell them I did it in court, and I'll buy the judge who gonna stop me. That's their mentality.
Yeah.
Giovanni.
Yes. Yeah. That's him.
Regis.
Because he's Italian. Yeah.
So it's that same mentality where if I can live forever and I got the bread to do it, I'm gonna pay you 80 mil because I'm sitting on 500 bill from the unobtainium I got when I was here the first time. I'm gonna pay for this so I can live as long as I want to, so I can see this thing through.
Well, here's the issue, though.
And everybody who shares in my sentiment, we all gonna stay in charge.
Here's the issue, and this is why the plot in this movie doesn't need to give you anything because it's not really important to the plot. But they plant the seed so we can do what we're doing right now.
It's enough there.
So we know what we're doing right
wherever
now.
they want to.
So we know a couple things. One, we know that Earth is uninhabitable anymore. Like
Right.
it's like the expiration date is set.
Like, yeah, we know we gotta go, and guess where we're going? Back to Pandora.
It's to the point where unobtainium is not what people want anymore. Unobtainium is what pretty much an indefinite energy resource.
Yeah, our energy source.
Right. They're like, cool, doesn't work on a dying planet, right?
Yeah, but it works to build more ships to get more people off the planet to come here and take over.
Right, but you see the priority change to where it's like now eternal life.
But okay,
Right.
we can have eternal life here.
Right. But they still got to get the breathing right on the planet because they still can't breathe on the planet yet.
Hence the terraforming.
Right. So in the next movies, we're going to see, because we got 3 of them at least, we're going to see, well, I'm sorry, we got at max 3 of them, because I think James Cameron said that,
You got at least 7 to 10 hours of
like 3's filmed, 4 and 5 is planned, but it all depends on the performance of 2 and 3.
2 needs to make $2 billion to break even.
It's close.
What's it at right now?
1/4.
1/4. close.
It's only been out a week. Not even a week. It's been out 5 days.
It's been out a year, sir. You saw
You saw it late.
You saw it a year later.
Oh, y'all so.
It came out
foolish.
mid-December.
Oh, shut up.
Came out mid-December, all right?
No judgment.
Yeah, we understand.
We're just getting the data.
Real life.
We're
Real life, okay?
We're about facts.
Real
We're
life.
just getting the data together.
It's only been out, what, 2 weeks?
I would say 3. at this
3.
point.
Yes.
It's been out 3 weeks?
Well, the first weekend was Christmas. The first weekend was the weekend before Christmas. The second weekend was Christmas weekend. The third weekend was New Year's weekend. Here we are.
But that's technically 2 weeks. That's technically 2 weeks.
What's your argument here?
Technically,
I saw it on the 15th day. It's been no year. Y'all so full of Shiite
you
Muslims.
technically saw it in 2023. It was released in 2022. Technically.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
We better friends.
Oh man. That's really I want to get my thought on you guys. I want to be like, what do y'all think about the focus from like the movie doesn't even mention unobtainium.
Doesn't.
It's on some like whatever. We're
I didn't realize until you brought that up, and then because like you say, even the way they glossed over the brain juice.
one line, and that's it. The line says
he just
in
showed
human
it.
life, and he's like,
So
yeah.
he's with the light. 80 mil
He's like, yeah, come on.
for what looked like 16 ounces, maybe 24.
Maybe
Shit, that
was
was
way over 60.
Yeah, because that cylinder was a little lean. I'm thinking like 10.
Like 16 ounce, a pound of brain juice is 80 million. Let's do the math. Let me do the math. Let's do the math.
Whoa,
What
sir,
do you-
sir,
what do you
sir,
math
do
let's
the
stay-
math?
let's stay in the box.
No, we're gonna be in the box. I'm in the box. I'm in the box. I'm in the box. I'm in
You
the
know, it
box.
don't matter. Let
I'm in
him
the box.
pass.
16.
My point is
Right.
that James Cameron is on some like, yo, that unobtainium shit from the first movie, fuck all that. We got brain juice now. It stops human aging. And we're not going to really talk to you about it. We're going to let you speculate on it.
500 mil per ounce.
What did you just, you know?
Half
I'm
a
just-
mil
I'm just going to take your math.
per ounce.
I don't know what math you did.
We're speculating the fact that was 16 ounces in that tube.
Gotcha.
Okay.
16 ounces is technically a pound,
I got you.
right?
Well, in weight.
In weight.
Not liquid.
Not liquid, but I'm going off of the ounces, not the weight.
Sure.
Okay, 16 ounces.
We value.
80
You know what?
million.
I'm not going to do that. Go
No,
ahead.
actually, it's more
Hey,
than that.
let's talk about the movie.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, let's talk about the movie.
Let's talk about the
I'm
movie.
not going to talk about value right now.
So, I'm ready to talk about the things I didn't like because I really like this movie, and it seems like it's been getting a rough review.
It's getting a rough review because
getting a rough
some
review.
people expect a stronger plot.
Right. It's getting a rough review because of that.
Yeah,
And that was my point at the beginning of the podcast.
That's not my.
We
only
have
right.
been, as a people, indoctrinated with like that plot needs to be this intricate thing that needs to blow your fucking mind, that needs to build the story, needs to tell the story. But in this movie, the plot does not really tell you the story. The visuals tell you the story.
But this film is for more intelligent people. James Cameron is
Tell me what you think.
highly functioning person. Let's agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's that intuitive enough to come up with a new way to watch film. Hold on, let me unload my wife.
No, I'm behind you. I'm behind you. I was going to jump on.
Yeah, so, all right, my apologies. I'm saying that from the standpoint of even though they think this plot is simple, it's not. It gives way, to your point, to the subplots. They missed all of it. It's boring. Why are they going to bring him back? That's lazy writing. He's setting up for 3 films.
It's not lazy at all.
And he's giving you all of these subplots, and he's spoon feeding you in a way that you can process it and enjoy it without being confused about the entire film. I think that's genius. That's amazing.
Listen, man, one day,
I'm not even going to say it's genius, but it's very, very good.
I hope that one day you too can have a dream at 19 and then 30 years later make a blockbuster movie about it.
That's not gonna be a film, but I'm real life in it.
Because that's James Cameron.
I'm real life in it right
This
now.
man thought about this shit in a dream when he was a teenager. And he was like, one day, when technology catches up to my brain, I'm gonna make this shit. My point is, is that it's so. I understand why there are 8s with this movie.
7s.
7, 8. On average, it's like 7.9.
7.9.
I'm about to say,
Yeah, I'm gonna round up. 7.9 to 8. It's fine. I understand why, but that's because the people that reviewed that way or wrote it that way have been indoctrinated with plot first and everything else second.
And I'm not going to say that.
There's a ton of horrible plots out there.
It's like what he said. For one, this movie's for intelligent people, but it's put to the masses. You got two different camps. A lot of people want to dislike what everybody likes.
Mm-hmm.
For a movie to make that much money, that means a lot of people liked it. So they want to go in and be like, well, I didn't like the second one. Or I don't like Avatar. That's one camp.
Well, here's the thing, man. Go ahead. What's the second camp?
So the second camp is people who are coming in with a fucking beret like, yes, so Avatar. And it's like, no, bro, it's not that kind of movie. We're not gonna be up for the Oscars. We're not gonna be up for the. It's like
it's not an Academy Award
it's
film in regards to acting.
Well, the first one wasn't either.
It wasn't.
And
But for cinematography, it was.
And then for this one,
And then it's gonna win it again on this one.
And for some reason, people come in thinking that it's supposed to be that. And they gloss over all of the subplots, which make it a good movie.
A group of people are ignorant. An individual is smart.
Well, I don't want to misspeak though, and I want to make sure that I'm characterizing my side of it, which I think is different from your side. I think the plot is marginally good at best, and I'm okay with it because everything else on it is excellent.
People are saying the plot is terrible, worse than the first one.
I think the fact that they're trying to quantify or put it in a box.
But I'm just saying that's why the numbers are low, and I think just that herd mentality
is 1 point was
slowed the numbers.
1.4, 1.7 billion. Is that low?
1.4
Is that low
for a movie that costs this much?
For a movie that costs $2 million, that's low. However,
the film cost $2 billion to make.
However,
I think it costs like right at $1 billion.
Well, let's just keep in mind we don't really know how they are from an accounting standpoint.
I'm sorry.
Counting the cost of this movie and Avatar 3, which has been filmed.
What other film came out that made $1.4 billion in 2 weeks?
I mean, we can look it up.
What film?
We can look it up.
Dark Knight hadn't even broke $1 billion yet.
Dark Knight was a long time ago.
But it's in the
we
top. But it's in the
we
top.
gotta look at like Endgame.
It's in the top 3.
You gotta look at Endgame.
Okay.
We gotta do it more recently.
How long did it take Endgame to make 1.4?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
It wasn't in 2 weeks.
First of all, sir, it hasn't been 2 weeks. That's you and your math.
Hey man, it's been 2 weeks.
How's the movie?
I think we all on the same page. It is a great movie. It's a good movie. It's better than the first one. The reviewers are a little crazy.
They're beating it up.
Getting into the cons. The biggest elephant in the room, or the bluest elephant in the room. That runtime.
Oof.
3:15, buddy.
I got a drink on that.
That runtime is.
Let me tell you something.
Especially when we finna get 5 of these motherfuckers. That runtime.
You got 3 more coming at 3 hours apiece?
Let me tell you something. Alex.
Maybe three plus.
I'm not doing the math.
I never felt.
Not doing the math.
I never felt my age until this movie. And what I mean by that is, when I stood up, my right knee was like, nigga, what you doing?
I didn't ache. I'm probably the oldest person in here.
That's why that green juice was
And
really
I drink a lot of green juice and salads. Hashitachi. So I didn't feel the length of it because
No. Let me be clear. I was entertained the whole time. And my brain was engaged.
That's my point.
However,
how do you cut something?
My body was
everything to me.
I was
This
gonna
is
say,
strictly to me.
I will tell you.
I know. How do you cut it where everything had a purpose? As small as it is, To your point, that little one line about the brain juice from the whales or the cocoon, the little things. Well, this happened here. Why are you even showing that? Because it sets up what you're about to see in the other films.
Go ahead,
Everything
guys.
has a point.
Go ahead, guys. You're the lead editor at this table. Tell them where to cut the film.
You trying to trim the fat. Go ahead.
For one, as a director and a cinematographer myself, once you get in the pocket, you don't want to get rid of nothing. And since he is that guy, nobody can tell him, hey, we got to get rid of this. How many shots when they got to the new land
Water.
of just mediocre, non-copyright music playing, and they just showing water. They just showing blue motherfuckers just. That's not storytelling.
In my head, at least 20 minutes.
That's Marvel. That's Marvel. No pun intended. That's just Marvel. He was like, yeah, look what I done did. Come on, I'll show you around the place. So we got room over here for the kid. Like, he was just marveling at his work. And
What did we say on the phone? It was like we go to James Cameron's house for dinner, and he literally gets us hungry by showing us his 18,000 rooms, and we're like, bro, I really want to eat around the 10th room.
You said you got the chef here. He's cooking what? That sounds amazing. He's like, it is. Trust me. Hold on, but
Room number 14.
Upstairs on the West Wing, bro. All it was Marvel. All it was
Spectacle.
If I got to take some of that spectacle out, even the water people meeting with the whale people.
You know it. I don't know it.
Yeah.
Met Caillou.
The whale people?
Bro,
The Cocoon. We talking about the whales? The Cocoon.
That whole interaction of them just being like, yes, how's
Hey,
your baby? Like, bro, that was 15 minutes of that.
Could have been 5.
Could have been 3.
Was it 15 minutes?
15 minutes of that.
God, I didn't even realize it.
Bro,
It was pretty slow.
And the fact they made the yin yang symbol. You remember those two whales going around?
Because everybody knew a whale, so everybody was like, "Hey!" You take that out. The journey with the young son, meeting the isolated Cocoon. How many times did he go back just to kick it?
At least 3 times.
At least 3. There's no dialogue in that.
It's just him kicking it.
Just kicking it. It's amazing to look at. But they were just kicking it. That don't add to the story.
I just thought about that. Yeah, one of those trips could have been cut.
Two of those trips could have been cut.
No, because one of the
No,
cuts,
because-
one of them was him actually
Asking why he was an
why he was an outcast.
Okay, so the initial save, asking him as the outcast, him trying to tell him, hey, the other Cocoon are here, and then him trying to be like, hey, I want you to come over here because they saying you bad, and I'm gonna introduce you. It's 4 trips. to a character with no dialogue.
Not a dialogue.
I hate you so much.
Yo.
All right, so look, for me,
Which is why motherfuckers is on some like, I hate this movie. 6.
Exactly.
5.
The kids got on my nerve. 5.
5.
Which is not a reason to dock the
That's
movie.
not a reason to dock the movie.
Listen.
Now, look, for me, a reason to dock this film, what was going on with this subpar audio? This score, oh my gosh. I know kindergartners that could have did better
The
than
sound
this.
score in this is terrible.
So
It's horrible. How do we?
it's bugging y'all way more than it's bugging me.
No,
which means that I probably need to watch it for a
It's
second
bad.
time.
It's like the audio is mixed well as far as the mics.
No, you're saying the score's bad.
The score is
The
basura.
The music selection and actual score is so mediocre.
Interesting.
Real
Like
bad.
that's where they say it's a budget.
Listen, when y'all said that in the pre-show and also at your eyes, I was like, I don't really remember the music, so it probably means it's not that good. You know?
The first thing we talked about when we came out of Wakanda Forever,
Oof.
The first thing we talked about
was the music. right?
Yeah.
I still hear the crackle of the thunder right before they fought Thanos at the end of Endgame. When Thor was sitting there, he was like, I just want y'all to be clear on what's going to happen. And he's calling Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. We gonna kill him right this time.
Right.
You hear
We'll do
the
this
lightning. You hear all of it. The sky opening up. You hear the rumble of the sound effects in Endgame sounded better than the music. And the music in Star Wars is killing too.
It's
all
of it. It's the music, it's the scores, and it's the soundscape.
So wait a minute. I want to make sure I'm being clear, because I'm not finna contest any of this, because again, I don't really remember it, which means it's not that good, right?
Facts.
I want to ask a question. Are you saying that the score is not only mediocre or bad, but also the mixing of said music is bad?
I would say both, because it was low. It was mad low, and then some of the ideas, like I said to you on the phone, sound like somebody let their child go out with a little pack, with a little mic pack in the backyard, pick up some sticks and bang around on stuff, and that was the score. That's what it sounded like. It's proven, and the reason we have subs in theaters is to create that anxiety in the human, in the body, to where your heart goes up, and depending on what you see. What you hear and what you see change the perception of how you enjoy a film.
True.
Right? So imagine if the score was better.
No. I agree that if the score was memorable in Avatar 2, like, I would probably be like, greatest movie ever made kind of thing. Because again, what this movie gets right is so good.
That it they knew that. That's what you said on the phone. They knew that. He knew that was such a spectacle. I can play this shit on mute.
Yo, didn't I tell you in the car that this movie is like the equivalent of the greatest 8K nature special that you've ever seen with your eyeballs?
TBS at its finest, National Geographic.
And usually you have those on mute. Usually. And it's just
at
in the
its
package.
finest. But it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Best Buy has it on display. You want to see the depth of this television?
You want to buy this TV?
Because
here's some nature.
I promise you, when Avatar 2 comes out, this is going to be the only thing playing in stores that sell televisions.
Right.
When they start
they did that on the first one.
Consumer-based 8K televisions, they're gonna be like, "Have you seen Avatar 2? Would you like to come over here to the home theater?"
Did you appreciate the IMAX? Have you seen?
Because they got 3D TVs.
Have you seen?
They have proper 3D TVs.
Proper 3D. The LG OLED.
OLED.
Yeah, they have
the OLED is something special.
Have you seen our pocket IMAXs?
Avatar 2 is playing.
That sound was
no audio connected.
You know what? Here's why I know the audio's not good.
The audio bothers me because visual and audio go hand in hand when watching film.
I remember when the credits rolled, I was like, "Oh, The Weeknd."
Oh my God!
Val picked it out.
Yeah.
But
prior to that, I was like, I had no
that was so tacky and out of place. The Weeknd popped in at the end of the movie. I was just like,
because the whales were just doing their whaling thing, and I was like, that looks pretty. There's The Weeknd. Where was this during the movie? You know what I'm saying?
You got the rights to the song. Why would you introduce her?
And on top of that, think about the sheer silence on two different parts in Black Panther Forever.
Bro.
The silence in a movie was better than all of the sound.
More effective.
In Avatar 2.
Yeah.
It was.
So with that being said, are the reviews right then? Just off the sound alone, is that an 8?
I can't.
All right. One more con.
Go ahead.
One more con. Did we really have to rip all of Titanic to make the final action battle?
Did we do it?
Oh, that was Titanic.
Is that what happened? Please, give me your theory.
That was Titanic.
Oh, he's talking about the ship going down.
The ship capsizing. We climb to the top.
Hey, man,
flip,
I like a
flip
capsized
over,
ship.
We go over. We go under.
That's classic Michael Bay.
No, the water's rush.
James Cameron.
No, that is James Cameron.
And Michael Bay does the same thing.
James Cameron
What
did
was
first.
the Jordan
Look,
battleship?
James Cameron did.
Who
first.
did that?
James Cameron did first. I don't care who did it. James Cameron did it first.
all I'm saying is Titanic is a classic. You shot Titanic. Salute to you, sir. You didn't need to see Titanic with blue cat people.
So you saying you didn't like that part of the last act?
It felt directly pulled from Titanic. Where
And
like
you were
when it was
annoyed by
caps,
it.
when it was
I
with the kids on the rail and the
look,
there was a lot of rails in Titanic.
I personally feel like that. We feel like that only because he did Titanic. If he didn't do Titanic,
I don't feel like
no.
If he so to you, Ken, if he didn't do Titanic, would you still feel like that?
I feel even worse because he used so much of it.
So now you like your body.
It wasn't a nod. It was
got
like, y'all remember when I did this one too?
Y'all remember this rule back in '93?
Talk about. I still got it.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, I just want to eat.
I gotta made 2 movies. Hold on.
This me. This your boy.
This is JC. Like, cause that action, that last, I'm telling you when she was coming through with the
bows.
and when the hand to hand, he was like, all right, Jake, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Like,
Yeah.
like, yo, it was good. And then the boat doing this and they doing that.
And then
Like,
completely upside down. Yeah.
I had my 3D. Like, I have seen this before, but it's blue.
But it had to do it so you can see Kira use her avatar powers.
I mean, she already did it though.
She had been doing it the whole film.
She had been doing it the whole field. Like even when motherfuckers wasn't looking, she was like.
But I mean, like she's turning into the Aquaman of the Avatar universe.
Oh, exactly. But small not. I mean, all that build up with the whale to come flip that ship. I thought that was fucking badass.
I thought that was dope.
All right, so
Him making the 3 visits, even though we felt like that's part that we 4 visits, even though we felt like that's what he can cut, led up to him being invested in his relationship with Loax for him to come save him. He was like, "Oh, you got my boy, bro? No, I ain't finna lose no more fam."
So wait a second. Let's stay on point. Talk about the cons of the movie.
Talking about the guns.
So far we got cons of length, which we all agree on.
Man.
We got music,
Bulk and Link.
or should we?
Or
Is
the
it
lack
music,
or the
music
lack
slash
of-
score?
Score. It's
Music
definitely
slash score.
It's the score and it's the soundscape. It's like
But you said the sound design's like
It's there was some opportunity. There were times where it was good, but then there were times where I'm like,
I felt like the sound design sounded fine, like actual sound effects and things like that.
some of the effects were dope, but I think the mix and the fullness of it, had they went through and did the time to give me the depth in the audio that they did in the visual,
So
is possibly why it would have been rated higher
So
than
do you
what
think
it's
they
rated.
rushed the sound? Like that was the last thing?
I don't think they rushed it. I just don't think they gave it as much detail as they did the video.
Not with James Cameron.
No, they didn't rush it. They just didn't give it detail.
So, all right, we got length, sound design slash
Score.
Yeah.
and for you, the callback to Titanic, James Cameron's greatest hits type thing.
Such hits as Golden Ship and
Man,
But to be fair,
I got
Ken,
Action Free Willy and Titanic at the end of the movie.
to be fair, now that in hindsight, should we have seen this coming? It's called Way of Water. He directed Titanic.
there's a ship involved. There's going to be a ship somewhere.
I get it. When I go to a Mexican restaurant, it's probably gonna be cheese and jalapenos.
It's going to be. It's going to be.
So now
you're going to have tortillas and fajitas at some point.
I gotta be like, well,
It could be tacos and margaritas.
Let me get out the Pepto. I'm gonna have a hot butthole tonight. I get it. All right. Thanks, James.
So, but you knew what this was when you sat down for 3 hours.
Fucking James Cameron. He's putting jalapenos and cheese on all of my orders. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what y'all talking about.
He did invite you to a restaurant that was Mexican food. So,
You did.
Sure.
You knew what this was.
so with that being said,
Are we justifying the rating? Is that what we're doing?
Still better than Avatar 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
And is it still over the 7.9 is going to round it up to 8? That is good.
I think people like us are the reason why it's a 7.9 because it's
as opposed to a 5.
as opposed to like a fucking 4.5. I've talked to a lot of people who are not impressed with this movie,
Wow.
and I had to just be quiet because we were gonna have an argument. I've had some people. I went and saw this movie again with a person who was just like, man, and I looked it up like.
The ring hand? The downwards come down.
Just a shake, you know?
Go get in the car. Get in the car.
No, I'll be honest.
I don't even talk.
Go get in the car. So I'm gonna start it out. Final number, I give it an 8. I still give it an 8.
What'd you give the original Avatar?
The first Avatar?
Yeah.
First Avatar is probably, I'm gonna say 7. Just because it is Dances and Wolves in space.
Dancing with Wolves?
It's literally Dances with Wolves in space. So 7.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
But it's got a high replayability.
Got it.
I watched it a ton of times.
Clearly.
I agree
You
with
say
that.
15?
Over 15. I'm saying that's the floor. 8.
I'm with him on the 8. I think, James, what you need to stop doing is
James, I know you're listening.
Look, is stop.
Camera.
Look,
Here? All right.
look. Stop putting everything. We know you flexing on the visual too. Okay, that's fine. Make everything match that, right? Make everything match that. Give me the audio to go with it. Can we streamline what we're looking at? Pull people in. I honestly think if the film wasn't 3 hours long, you'd probably be able to put the film out quicker.
245 would have been great.
245 have been masterful. This would have been out already, and you would have came out. You would have been working on part 2.
Gentlemen, I know y'all been waiting for my review. I know. Avatar: Way of Water review from your boy JT. 8.5. Why? For what y'all said. Soundtrack's a little lacking. A little long in the tooth on the length.
Long in the tooth.
Listen, James Cameron, I will gladly come to your house for dinner. It sounds like you're going to have a great chef prepare us a great meal, but you don't got to show me all 38 rooms in your house. All right? You just don't. Why don't you just give me the meal? All right? This is what I came for. And I appreciate it's a beautiful house. I get it. But after the 10th room, I understand that you are above everybody else on this.
James Cameron.
All right? Like, you can craft a visual that no one else can craft. No one can fucks with you on the CGI shit. I get it.
He doesn't care.
Listen.
He's gonna do it anyway. You think this is bad? It's only.
Are you saying right now that Avatar 3 is going to be 4 hours? Is that what you're saying right now?
I'm saying it's going to be possibly anywhere from 2 hours and 45 minutes to 3 hours and 50 minutes.
Listen.
It's going to be in that vein. It may be a part 1 and part 2.
In that variance,
he may do that.
in that
Because
range
he has
you gave
something to
me,
show you.
in that range that you gave me, 3 hours or less is what's acceptable. All right, that's all I'm saying.
I wonder if he listens to the feedback and the criticism that he gets for his films and he takes it into consideration.
I think he will, but not for Avatar 3, because that's already filmed.
But he still can do edits.
He's not.
It's
gonna
not
do it.
out.
He's not gonna do it.
It's not.
He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Because that one is more on the lines of like coming out next year, right? You start doing edits and they can push it back.
Yeah, it is gonna come out same time.
Yeah, that one's like ready to go on some like we have a schedule to kind of keep up with. So that one's already like.
Or is it early 2024?
It may be early 2024.
I thought it was late 2023 on some Christmas type shit.
No, I don't see it for this year.
It's 2024.
It's top of next year.
Okay, we'll see.
All right.
All right, because that means it can be just straight up Q1 2024. So that could be anywhere between January and March.
Does
But-
Jake make it to part 5?
Yeah.
You think he does?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
No, it's complete hand down by 3.
The fact they killed his son off that quick, his son was introduced and ended in one film.
Complete hand down with all the old cast members by 4, Jake by 3.
Loak, I'm telling you, bro, it's Loak and Siri. They finna run things.
Yeah. Handed down, next generation.
Because technically they're not siblings. I say what I say.
And with that,
If she doesn't take a mate, she becomes the elder,
and with that,
like CCH Pounder was.
no, I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think we should leave it there. You got it? For the people. Because this is the Trust Me I'm Not an Expert spoiler cast for Avatar, Way of Water, Avatar 2.
It's kind of funny though, because we kind of know what we're talking about. I'm just saying.
Hey man, we really worked hard on not only the titling, but the content. All right?
We did our homework.
And you should trust us
We're vested.
because we're not an expert. All right?
You should trust us because we're not experts.
Exactly. All right? Over here, it's JT. Over there is that man Ice. Over there is the OG Divlin.
OG.
And for the next spoiler cast, which will probably be Quantumania if I'm thinking about it properly.
I would say yes.
Is that the next must see?
I think that's the next
like
must
what,
see between all of us.
February, March?
Yeah,
March.
February, March. Yeah.
Because real quick,
Yeah.
I saw Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, also,
Yeah.
Did you?
and it is better than Avatar 2.
You're not. Are you serious?
Puss in Boots is
I'm
funny.
dead serious.
I didn't see a bad Shrek film, but Shrek #1 is still my favorite.
Right,
But
the Shreks are good.
But Puss in Boots,
Puss in Boots is funny.
No, the
If
first
Antonio
one-
Banderas-
Puss in Boots is not for kids.
It's not exactly.
It's not anything.
It's not
Look,
for kids. one.
Anytime I see a chick with boots on and a dress, I call her Puss in Boots.
So just on that premise alone, it's not for kids. But to be honest with you, yeah, that was a better movie.
Wow. You so
Is
so
that- is that
so
enough
so,
to
so
do a
you
spoiler
gave
cast?
Avatar 2 an 8.
Right.
What do you give Puss in Boots?
Oh, damn near a 10. I cried a little bit at Puss in Boots.
And with that, he's the expert. He's not the expert. We're out.